I gotta be honest with you guys, when it comes to investing, I really haven't been the most advantageous with how I approach it. You see, there's really three main accounts to be associated with when you're getting started investing, and that is your Roth IRA, your 401k, and your individual account. And let's face it, retirement is this wonderful phase in life where you can roll out of bed whenever you want. You could send your grandkids to college without them drowning in any debt. And finally, you could even snag that classic Corvette that you've been eyeing. Now, the worst part to all of this is actually how much money it takes to achieve your retirement goal. And I want to talk about this commonly accepted way that you could go about investing to maximize how much money you're putting in for the highest potential return. And a quick hint, it involves a simple 3-step approach towards how you go about investing in each one of these accounts. So before I give you these 3 steps, I want to go ahead and cover something that's very important, and that's understanding the difference between a Roth IRA and a 401k. Now, if you already know the difference, it's all going to be timestamped down below, so you can skip ahead, but just know that there are 2 heavy hitters in the retirement game, and that is the 401k and the Roth IRA. You might have heard of these terms before, but what exactly are they, and which one is better for your investment goals? Let's break it down right here. A Roth IRA is sort of like a personal retirement piggy bank. And the cool thing about it is that any money that you're going to end up putting into your Roth IRA, it's going to grow, and then it can be taken out completely tax-free when you hit retirement age. A couple things to keep in mind with a Roth IRA. Number one is that you are taxed on earnings and you pay penalties if you withdraw them before 59.5. This means that if you invested $6,500, it appreciates to $7,500. You could take out that initial $6,500 investment, but if you start dipping into the additional $1,000 you earned, that's when the fees and penalties incur. There's also a contribution limit here in 2023 of $6,500, and you can't really go above that, and there are income restrictions that come along with investing in a Roth IRA. On the flip side, you have a 401k, and this is like a retirement savings plan that's brought to you by your employer. Now, with a regular 401k, you're going to be able to decide how much money to stash away with each paycheck that you're receiving. The money that you put in isn't taxed right away, but you're going to have to pay taxes on it when you take it out during retirement. A couple things to note about your 401k is that it's typically employer sponsored and they'll match up to a certain percentage. So with my company, for example, they match, I believe, about 3% of my salary if I'm investing at least 3% of my salary. This means that if I'm investing 3% of my salary, they will match it, and I'll be at a total of 6% invested, with 3 of it being completely free and it doesn't come out of my pocket. Now, if I invested like 5%, they would stay at that 3% because that's what it stipulates in the contract. Now, this is really critical when it comes to the 3 steps that I'm talking about. So let's quickly cover this 3-step method that's going to allow you to maximize your investment potential, especially when you're looking at what accounts to invest in. And make sure you stick around after, because I want to show you a real world example with my girlfriend. And I know what you're thinking. How do you have a girlfriend? Honestly, I have no idea. But in all seriousness, this 3-step process is really straightforward. All you're going to need to do is, number 1, you want to take advantage of your employer match in your 401k no matter what. It is completely free money, so you want to get free money from that. So say your match is 3%, you'll invest 3% to get the 3% match. And while you continue to invest 3% in every single paycheck, you move on to step 2, which is fully maxing out your Roth IRA. So then you start taking the remainder of what you can invest and you start putting it into your Roth IRA. And once you max that out at $6,500, you cycle back to your 401k and you try to fully max that out. And if for some reason you have so much money that you can max out both of those accounts in the year, you start trying to get creative. You can look at things like your HSA, your health savings account if you have one, or other tax advantage methods of investing. And then you could start thinking about your individual account. When I first started investing, I didn't understand the differences of everything I had just outlined. And I started investing in a Robinhood investing portfolio before they even introduced IRAs into the account. So what I'm now doing is some tax loss harvesting, meaning I'm selling investments that I am down on. So you can see some of the red that I have in this portfolio. I'm actually going to be selling these stocks at a loss, so that way I can filter this money into my Roth IRA so it can grow tax-free. So if you made the same mistake as me, selling these stocks at a loss may even lower your taxable income bracket, meaning that you could then have more money at the end of the year come tax season. And this is just a solid approach to getting more money into your Roth IRA if you've not yet maxed it out.
Emma, do you know why you're here?
Money.
Every time you're on my YouTube channel, the videos seemingly explode.
So money.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to build back the channel. Like and subscribe. Tell them.
Like and subscribe, everyone.
Thank you.
I got you.
So I'm going to have just been discussing a little bit about our financial situation. Isn't that right?
Yes.
You want to cover a little bit about where you're at?
Yeah,
So we've identified you have debt.
I do have debt.
You took out student loans.
I did, yeah.
You took out a car loan.
Yep.
And so now you have relatively high interest rates on them.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah. So that's not great, but it's okay because we can figure out a plan to knock them out.
Yeah.
And then again, you also have a 9-to-5 job and your employer sponsors a 401k.
Yes.
Do you know what your 401k match is?
4%, I think.
Okay. And how much are you investing into that off of your salary? Do you know?
It's been a while since I've looked, but I think 7%.
Okay. So there's like a strategic approach that you can take to investing in your retirement account to maximize how much money you're going to be able to take out when you actually go to retire. And if you didn't know, the best possible thing to do, and these are the 3 steps that I'm following, is number 1, you want to get your employer match every single time. It's free money that's going into your account, which makes sense because if you're investing 4% and they're matching it,
Yeah.
you're not paying any extra. They're just throwing more into your retirement
Right.
account.
Makes sense.
Then the next best thing, Roth IRA. You can invest up to $6,500 into it annually. Then you'll start paying fees if you go over that.
Okay.
And that money is going to grow completely tax-free. So when you go to retire, you're not going to pay any taxes on it.
Nice.
The reason why is because you've already paid taxes up front. When you received your paycheck or however you earned money and then you put it into your Roth IRA, you had already paid taxes on it.
Okay. And they can't double tax you.
Correct. Your 401k is tied to your employer, but your Roth IRA, it doesn't matter. You can open up a Roth IRA anywhere and it's not tied to a job.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So typically what people do, get that employer-sponsored match, 4% free. Go to your Roth IRA, max it out, $6,500.
Okay.
And then you return back to your 401k and you want to hit the max for that as well. That is the best approach that you can take. However, with student loans and with a car payment, there's another route that I might take with those.
Yeah. Pay them off.
Yeah, because do you know why?
Because the interest rates are so high and it's just stupid to let the time make me pay a ton more money.
Right. So it's essentially a guaranteed lock at whatever your interest rate is. Say that you're paying 7% for your car loan or 8%. You're guaranteed to get a 7 or 8% return if you pay that off. However, if you're investing in the stock market, on average, you're typically getting from 7 to 9% annually if you're investing in the right funds,
Right.
but it's not guaranteed. And where the stock market right now is at, it's pretty high. So you're not guaranteed to actually make money off of it. It could drop tomorrow and it could be, we could hit a bear market for a while here.
Right. Makes sense.
So that's the best approach you can take.
So with the 401k strategy that you just talked about, I should not do the full 7% now. I should just do the 4% to get their match and double it. And then all the money that would have been what I am putting in with the 7%, that extra money should go to the Roth until the Roth maxes out.
So that's the approach that I would definitely take just to get all the tax advantageness out of it. You always want to just continue making sure that you're getting that match. So exactly 4%, that's all I'd do. I'd max out the Roth IRA and return back.
What if I don't have enough money to max out the Roth IRA? Like, should I find a different balance?
No, it would be the same. It's the same approach. You just wouldn't be able to max it out. You want to try to max out the Roth IRA. That's kind of like your goal. And you should always be targeting saving 15. I think it's like fundamentally accepted that targeting about 15% of your pay is what you want to invest.
Yeah.
And the match typically doesn't count towards that 15%.
Oh, okay.
So you want to take 15% of what you're making and put it in, and that 4% wouldn't matter.
What if you have like an HSA account or things
That's
like
another
that?
really good point, because once you max out your 401k, I mean, I contribute to my HSA as well just because I want to have money in there for any medical emergencies or anything that comes up.
Yes.
But you can also invest in that account too. So I would say if you had enough money to then max out your 401k, the next place you want to max out is your HSA.
Does that count in that 15% that you were talking about of investing? Or no, because it's not really investing.
It's kind of hard to answer that because the HSA, you can only use the funds in that account to go towards medical bills.
Right.
So if you're somebody that has a lot of medical bills and like...
Yeah. It's not like it's earning any additional money or interest on it.
Well, it is, because you can invest in an HSA as well.
Oh. I thought it was just pre-taxed money. That was the only savings.
Right. So they have select funds. I think you have to have up to $1,500 in your account, but that's what it was in my company. So once you have more than that, you can actually invest in a couple different funds that are pre-specified to try and make more with that money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. You should check that out if you have an HSA.
I should.
Do you have one?
I do.
Very nice.
It doesn't accumulate though, because I use it all the time.
You are a very sickly person.
I am sickly.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
thank you for those suggestions. No. Thank you for those strategies to think about.
You're welcome. Thank you for being my esteemed guest here on Dalton Litt's YouTube.
Happy to be here.
You're making me feel stupid.